Representative Michelle Fischbach is from the 7th District of Minnesota and serves on the House Ways and Means Rules Committee. In today's Champions of Rural America, we take a look at her role in developing the working families tax cut.
It was a year-long process to do the tax portion of the OBBB. You know, we started out by heading across the country and having hearings with regular people across the country, talking to them about what's important about the tax bill. What do they want to see? What do they need to succeed, whether it be in business or in farming? But we did that across the country. And then we came back, and while we continued to get that input from the public, we would sit in a room, sometimes up to 14 hours a day, and go over every one of those tax provisions to make sure that we were discussing them, that we knew what the ramifications would be and how they would affect people farming, small businesses. And we had you know, some days it was a little tough for 14 hours to sit with the rest of the Ways and Means guys, but we did it, and I think we ended up with a great product.
Fischbach also spoke about how the One Big Beautiful Bill supports farms and small businesses.
One of the important things that we looked at when we did the One Big Beautiful Bill is, in particular for me, and I know a lot of the members on Ways and Means, was that it was really going to help rural America, because that's the great place to live. That is where the great people live. And we want to make sure that we are helping them and not hindering anything that they are trying to accomplish in rural Minnesota and across the country. One of the things, the 199A small business deduction, we made sure that people were able to keep that, and up to 20% to that deduction for those small businesses. In my district alone, it affected 50,000 taxpayers. And then we also had the new market tax credits, and what that does is it helps spur investment and growth in those rural areas. That's another important part of the One Big Beautiful Bill. And then finally, the death tax exemption. And I know that affects both small business and especially farmers. And we were able to double that and make it permanent. And that's an important part of passing on the family farm.
Fischbach says the portion of the Farm Bill included in the One Big Beautiful Bill provides farmers with badly needed financial support.
So we were able to put a lot of the House proposed Farm Bill into the One Big Beautiful Bill. And there was some important things for farmers in that bill. The crop insurance reforms that we were able to make, and the increase in premium subsidies will be of great help to farmers across the country. In addition to that, we were able to raise the reference price for the price loss coverage, and that will mean more frequent payments for farmers. And finally, there's about $2.2 billion for trade promotion in that bill, and that's incredibly important to all farmers to make sure that we are looking for those new markets, and we are increasing their markets across the world, not only domestically.
She says the provisions included in the One Big Beautiful Bill will also benefit future generations of farmers.
This is a great bill for future farmers, because you know what? It's going to, into the future, prevent increased tax hikes, and that unknown portion of the tax bill. You know, in addition to that I think that really incredibly important is that death tax. You know, we made it permanent, and that allows for us to pass on those family farms, and not only family farms, but businesses. It's good for the future generation, and that the government isn't taking all of the hard work away in taxes that people did to build those farms. And finally, you know what? The affordable crop insurance is incredibly important for future farmers, making sure that they have that risk insurance.
Well, thanks to Representative Fischbach, and thank you for watching, and make sure you tune in next time for Champions of Rural America.